Do you know only 10% of vacant jobs in Canada are advertised in newspapers or on the internet? 5% are filled through resumes received by mass mailings to recruiters, and 10% are filled through recruitment agencies. But what about the balance 75%? These 75% job vacancies are hidden. Yes, you hear me right, there are 75% hidden jobs. So in today's video, we'll discuss various job search techniques like networking, cold calling, elevator pitch, making calling cards, LinkedIn profile updations, resume, cover letter, voice messages, and many more such tips. I am Prachi Jain. I'm an HR professional in Canada along with my law degree and bachelor's in commerce. So stay tuned to my channel to know about job search tips that can help you get a job in Canada. So what is this hidden job market? The hidden job market includes jobs that have not yet been advertised and are only found through active job searching. Now, if you seek out these jobs, there is very less competition for you and it will be easy to get a job when you come in Canada. So to find these jobs, what you can do is research companies' information through business directories or websites, make cold calls, attend informational interviews, network through your relatives, friends, and volunteers. And this way you can tap onto this hidden job market. Now let's talk in detail about the various job search tips. Finding a job in Canada. So let's get started on that. You know, when I first came to Canada, what people told me? Finding a job in Canada is a full-time job in itself. Now, why do we say this and why this statement is so popular? Because preparing your resume and cover letter is very important as the first step in your job search. Now here, every resume and cover letter should be specific to the role you're applying. So customized to the job description that is there and what is the job asking for. So when you're making a resume, ensure that you make a one-page resume or at max you go for 2 pages, not beyond 2 pages. And it's important to indicate your relevant skills that match to your job description. Why do we say that? The simple reason is many organizations use softwares that are applicant tracking systems. Since they get a lot of resumes here and people coming to Canada are highly skilled people across the globe, they need to use this tracking system to help screen resumes based on keywords. Your resume is picked by the software only when it matches the keywords mentioned in the job description. So, finding the job description keywords, linking them to your resume, and adding a personalized touch to your cover letter can be the best way to procure a job. The next step is to look beyond newspapers and internet. How can you do that? And why do I say that? Tell everyone you talk to that you are looking for a job. You have to be your own salesperson. Market yourself to the best you can. And this is called as networking. Remember that networking happens anywhere, anytime, and with anyone. So think of yourself as the only salesperson that is selling your own self. So I sell myself as Prachi, you sell yourself as you. And sell yourself experiences, your skills, your ability to get things done. And networking can go way beyond. So through networking and seeking the opinions of people in your field, you learn about the career opportunities that aren't even advertised, and you can get a tap onto the hidden market. In continuation to the networking that we were talking about, the next step is preparing a calling card. Now what is a calling card? It's a card which is ranging in sizes from a traditional business card to a postcard. So it's somewhat in the between a business card and a postcard and can either be a single or a double-sided card. You can see a sample here on the screen when I am talking to you about the calling card. You use these when you're networking with people. It lists down the important information about what your job objectives are, what is your experience, and your top skills in very short. So you don't have to put your whole resume here, you have to mention it in short. what you are planning to do, and what is your objective of jobs. Any office supply store can print these cards for you at a very reasonable price, and I would suggest you keep multiple copies with you handy so that whenever you go for any networking event or you meet anyone on the go, you can give them this card. It's a very soft way of saying what you are and marketing yourself without being or overdoing something. A next great tip is an elevator pitch. What is an elevator pitch and why we call it as an elevator pitch? It's basically a 30 seconds intro about yourself that includes to summarize your skills and experience. It is a good idea to put together a script outlining your objectives, a brief summary of your personal traits and skills, and your contact information in your elevator pitch. You will need to engage the interest of the people on the other end of the phone or when you meet them in person within 30 seconds. Now, it looks small, but 30 seconds is a lot of time. And to include everything and anything in your experience that you did is very, very difficult in the short 30 seconds. So don't read the script, and it's always advised that you practice your script until it flows naturally to you. Remember to smile, because a smile goes a long way, even when you're talking on the phone or it comes through your voice when you're meeting someone. Another method is cold calling. Now, you would have heard this by some marketers that they cold call and sell things. But since I said we are our own salesperson and we're finding a job, we too can adopt this technique of cold calling. What is this cold calling? So it's basically reaching out to employers where you wish to find work. Research and approach organizations that you would like to work for is the first step you can do in cold calling. So whichever organization you like to work, just find out the details, search for their advertising or any job openings that they hold. Check out the websites of those organizations that you're interested in, and if they have a career page, you may even find information on salary and benefits. LinkedIn is one of the very useful resources for a research tool. You may be able to find the name of the contact for cold calling, or when calling a potential employer, you could also get the name from LinkedIn because you do have recruiter names online. You may be able to find this on the company website too. Try to speak with a manager or a supervisor in the department you want to work in, or directly to the HR department there. It stands a very good chance that people, when you are having a cold call with someone, they really appreciate your extra effort for finding a job and they get you some openings in the organization. Next comes the most common thing to look for a job, are job search websites or registering with an employment agency. Now, the best part here in Canada is a legitimate employment agency should never ask you to pay to sign up for searching a job. So be careful when you're applying to employment agencies. Check if they are authorized by the government and they are free to use services. They also help you in various methods of like resume building, cover letter creations. They also conduct some bridging programs so that you know what laws or what things or skill sets are different in your profession when you come to Canada versus your home country. And when it comes to website, there are two most popular job posting websites, that is LinkedIn and Indeed, that are widely used in Canada. And if you're searching for a wide variety of regions altogether, you could go for Job Bank. I have posted the links here in my video on the screen and also in the description box of these pages where you can search your jobs. Today's world is a VUCA world, and preparing yourself for this VUCA world is important that you prepare your LinkedIn profile the first. People go and visit your LinkedIn profile as employers, and only then they even think of reaching out to you. LinkedIn is the face of employment market. So show what's relevant, and some tips there are, which I can give you is, always show what is needed, what is relevant to your skills, your job. Always get it reviewed from a professional in your own stream. So you can look for your seniors, approach people who can review your LinkedIn profile, tell you what's relevant. Some basic tips could also include putting your photograph on LinkedIn. So your photograph should always be a front-facing photograph, not too distant from the picture, so you are clearly visible to the employer, and it's in a professional attire. You wear professional clothes, maybe a blazer, jacket, which is decent enough, and a professional looking picture. And have professional skills in your profile listed, especially your roles and responsibilities that you did in each of your jobs. And there are many more tips. So I'll create a separate video based on the demand from my viewers if you want to know how you can make a best LinkedIn profile. I can also attach some links here of some good looking profiles which you can see and refer so that you can create your LinkedIn profile accordingly. Next, a very important tip is keeping track of all your companies and people you send your resume to. Now, in Canada, since the first thing I said was applying a job is a job in itself, you won't remember how many companies you've already applied for. So it's always good to create an Excel or a Word doc and enlist which companies you have already applied for and the people to whom you've already sent your resume, maybe as mass mailing or direct application or through LinkedIn or any other networking place or location. So always keep a track of what you're doing so that you know that which companies you've already tapped upon. And when you are called for any interview, you know whom you first spoke to be a referral in your interview process as well. Coming next is one more track that you need to maintain. So keeping track of your contacts for networking opportunities. I have given you a sample tracker in the link in the description box where you can see how you can maintain a track of the contacts that you are networking with. This will help you to know tomorrow when there is an opening whom to contact and already in your network so that you can approach them, and referrals do wonders here. And trust me, if you know anybody in your references in a company that you're applying for, your chances of selection increase. Another important piece of tip when you're searching jobs is leaving a professional phone message. So it happens that you call a recruiter or a reference and they've not picked up your call immediately. So you have to leave a voice message or a phone message for them to call you back. Now when you're creating this kind of voice message, they also impact your impression. So always leave a voice message that is very professional, speak clearly, don't rush, and state the reason of your call. Say something about maybe your qualifications that might generate interest in the person to call you back. Mention the name of the person who referred you if there is a reference for which you are calling. And the last tip for this video today is creating a professional voicemail message on your own phone. So what happens, sometimes the recruiter is calling you or any employer is calling you and you're not able to attend the call for any reason. So when your call is not answered, a voicemail plays up, and it's important you set that voicemail and also check that voicemail when any voicemail comes in very actively. So when you're creating this kind of a voicemail, again it has to be very professional. Make it basic. A very friendly message. Don't put any music, any sounds in that. Avoid to have any background sounds of children or any family television program that's going on. Ensure it's a professional environment that you're creating a voicemail for, and it's always on your phone that it's activated, because when the employer calls, he would love to know that you've left a very well voicemail and you've left your details there so that they know whom they are calling, as well as they know that you are professional and you're maintaining your voicemails very well. So these are all the tips I have today for you to help you in your job search. I wish all my viewers best of luck in their job search. And if you'd like to get my support in any of the above tips on job search, please feel free to reach me out. I have mentioned a link in the description box where you can see my availability and timings, and also you can take my advice whenever you'd like. So like, subscribe and share my channel so that I'm motivated to make more videos for you. And if there are any topics that you're really interested in, which you want my help, I'd be happy to make videos on them as well. So put your comments in the description below in the comment box and I'll be happy to make more videos for you. Take care and have a great weekend ahead.